Welcome back, it's Jackie and this is another journal for the Etsy shop. I'm calling this one Pearl. Pearl is made from a piece cut from an old embroidered pillowcase. I've used, so it's fabric over thick interfacing, so it's quite flexible, this one. You'll see it's sort of iron-on interfacing, so you'll see that that's how it comes when you bend it. Fabric on the inside as well, and there's some lace down the spine there just to add a bit of interest. It's 5.5 by 7.5 approximately, and on the inside I've got a pocket with the tag. In this pocket there's another tag. This is chapter 1 papers, digital. It's called Antique, is it Antique Roses? And a vintage postcard. And the page is made from an old document. It's a little bit fragile, this one, but should be fine. And then in this pocket, this is from a French 1950s French sewing magazine, and I made a journal card from Beatrix Potter book page. It is from an old needlework book. There's a little bit of fussy cutting there. In this envelope, can't see the date on this, but it's a halfpenny stamp, so it's pretty old. I've made one of these tags that I like to do, an old photograph. And on the other side, just so that there's some pretty to look at, there's some avocado dyed paper, which I got from Joe. And this is a little bit of vintage, little vintage card. It says Happy Christmas tied on it. It's Victorian. Again, this is chapter 1. This is a little tag that I've put together with some Brodé Anglaise lace pocket, and this is a tiny little booklet. It's only got 4 pages in. It's a tiny little booklet made from a little bit of that Muriel Foster book. It does sort of stay in this pocket, but I think the clip just makes it a bit more secure, which is I quite like that. And on this side I put vintage playing card. She says, I can get it out. There we go. A little bit of fussy cutting, stenciling, and a bit of stitching. This is just pretty little book page. Liked the green and the pink. This is some handmade paper, and this is a 1932 document. Receipt, I think. In this pocket there's a vintage computer card, some tickets, and a postcard from 1913. A bit of ruffle on there. This is 1928 ledger paper. This is cut from a book, and I've backed it onto some Amity Bloom digital. Again, some old document, 1932. This is a library card. And then on this side, this is just a little vintage, this is from a vintage photograph album. This is something that I was gifted by, the original I was gifted by Kathleen. And I've taken a, sort of copied it really, and that's Tim Holt's card in there. (1932) document, This is another book page, little dangle there, and another book page turned into a tag, vellum pocket. Here I've got a Good Housekeeping magazine page. Made a pocket again from a magazine, a book illustration, not magazine, book illustration, and I've cut this out just so we've got another little dog here. Quite liked the way that looked. This is vintage flashcard, botanical centre page. This is a pocket, a floating pocket that I've made from old book page and tea dyed paper, and there's a couple of photographs in here, old photographs. And then on this side, this is from a cigarette album, cigarette card album, flower fairy tag. Pretty variegated ruffle. This is the other side of that document. It's August the 6th, but there's no date on that one. In here we've got, I haven't fastened this down, I left this open just so that it would be easier to get things in and out of. So this is 1932 document. This is some tissue paper that I've glued on there, an old postcard, and then that was in that one. There's actually 3 pockets here. And then our little dog playing card in the front. Some fussy cutting, another magazine page and a Tim Holtz card. It's a little tag that I've put together for this pocket. This is a vintage envelope, there's nothing in that. This is another vintage envelope that I haven't decorated. I've left that for you to decorate it, but I have included a vintage cabinet card. A very plump baby with lots and lots of hair. It's a really sweet photograph. A really sweet photograph, that one. It's just wrapped around there. And then in this one, there's another of those tags, I guess you'd call it, page from French magazine from 1955, and a little pocket on the back there which will have my card in it. So that's Pearl. I hope you like her. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.